Hi, I'm Scott.
And I'm James.
And this is a podcast.
Toys from a galaxy far, far away.
What are we talking about today, James?
Today we have a possible rumor / possible confirmation from Dan Aykroyd himself of a Ghostbusters third reboot. Bringing back the original cast. What do you think about that, Scott? I know you're a huge fan of the Ghostbusters franchise.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, that's what I went for Halloween. I've still got some videos. I haven't even had time to upload from that we recorded on the Halloween Eve. Wow, so, we had Ghostbusters 1, which was awesome. Ghostbusters 2, which was pretty good. And Evolution. I'm just kidding. But Evolution, have you seen Evolution? It's basically Ghostbusters, but I like that movie a lot. So I'm not. What do you kids say? Dissing it?
Don't diss it.
I'm not dissing Evolution at all. It is a good movie. It's one of my favorites. So Ghostbusters 1, Ghostbusters 2. Then we had the reboot.
2016. Yeah. Or remarketing, I guess I call it. I don't call them reboots unless
soft reboot. I don't know
soft
what it's called.
Reboot. It's the same concept, just different actors, and they've done that with a lot.
It had the original cast was in it, but they made cameos
as different was like a characters. Cabby or something.
Yeah. Do we even want to talk about that movie?
Not really.
The actors. You know, you can't blame the actors. I know some of the actors got some flack from it. As we always say, you can't blame the actors. It's their job. They're doing the best they can with what they're given. They are hired. They want to act, and they're directed to do certain things, or get fired. You know, and sometimes they do part ways over creative differences. You know, so that movie. I'd heard not too long ago that the guy that directed that, I think his name is Fig. He wanted to do a second one to that, a sequel.
With the women?
Yeah. Nothing against women?
No, nothing against them. No. The storyline or the script that as far as what I watched in the movie, it's not the acting, it's it felt copy and pasted. And for me, that's really hard because a lot of these movies are slowly becoming just, you know what I'm saying, as far as pull the information, throw it onto a new backdrop, and it's not.
They want to pump them out. This is my theory. They want to pump them out. I'm a little bit of an artist myself, and it doesn't work that way. I mean, I guess if you get a big enough artist, you can get something pulled out. But I think they're digging around out of desperation to get something put on the screens and in the theaters, when it's just wait for somebody has a really good idea. So what's this third Ghostbusters about?
Well, I don't know. All we know is that so far confirmed, at least from Dan Aykroyd, is that the script is being written. That's as of 1 week ago today. So other than that, there's rumors, there's speculations,
he was pushing hard for a Ghostbusters 3 for years.
I think when they originally
Mr. Murray,
they wanted to do 3 movies, and then that would be, because a lot of those franchises in the 80s were going to be trilogy movies. Back to the Future, trilogy movie. Yeah. Star Wars was a trilogy.
There's a lot of, there's trilogies, there's so many that we probably can't name them all. Like The Matrix, and Star Wars is having a trilogy of trilogies.
Trilogy of a trilogy of a trilogy.
So, but Bill Murray doesn't do sequels anymore, I guess. Or he did Ghostbusters 2, but I don't know what happened for sure. But he doesn't do sequels, and he was in the reboot, but as a cameo, but not as his original character. Bigman, I think that was his character. So, I'm all for it. I like Dan Aykroyd. He's a little wacky though nowadays.
I was going to say, was he ever normal though? Come on, Dan Aykroyd's Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
I remember.
But then again, I saw him on was it Jimmy Kimmel or one of those late night shows, and they were pushing that rebooted and he says it's the best one ever, and all that stuff. And and he gave it his blessing and stuff, and he was there with him to, spread the word. What do they call that? Go on the press tour. So I don't know. I mean, if it's got a good story, I'm all for it. But who else is with us?
I mean,
one of the actors he died of pneumonia.
Not Harold Ramis, is it?
Yeah, Harold Ramis died. So now we've only got two Ghostbusters that would actually maybe want to be involved. And who is that? Dan Aykroyd and the African American.
I can pull it up.
Yeah, he was in The Crow. Fantastic actor. He was Winston. But if he's on board, that's two Ghostbusters. I've talked about this before in our videos, and I have opinion that's not my opinion, but I liked the opinion so much that I adopted it. And my opinion is there's a game out there called Ghostbusters Academy, I think it is, and they even made an action figure called The Rookie, and it's a great concept. Just make us Ghostbusters Academy. There's so many cool stories that you could write there. In the Academy.
Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson, yeah. I'm sorry. It's late night and we just say Thanksgiving. There's so many. From my standpoint, Ghostbusters Academy would be fantastic. Just the training, you could almost make it a police academy type thing.
Ghostbusters?
But with Ghostbusters, or you could have some graduation. I mean, you can make several movies just from that premise, it seems to me. But
you don't have to copy. I mean, like we were just talking about a minute ago, we don't have to copy and paste the movie as far as... Like, what they did with the 2006 version for me was you just took the original and said, we'll just switch all the actors around, basically.
Yeah.
Because I didn't enjoy the movie. And that's just me.
Which one?
The new one they made.
Yeah, I mean...
It's nothing. It wasn't against the women.
I just didn't understand it. I mean, it seemed like a lot of people put some effort into it, and there's some really good special effects and great actors. And, a lot of the comedy was funny, but... You still got to have some sort of story, and why they I don't know. I mean, it was a cash grab. I mean, what was it? I still don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't.
What were they thinking?
There wasn't a. I mean, for me, at least with the first movie, you were really like quick, and it was on. I mean, for me, the first time I ever saw Ghostbusters, I was on my feet the whole movie.
Yeah.
And I even left. I mean, I don't know wherever I was. I saw it, and I was like, wow, I'll go see that again. I don't know where I saw it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'll watch that again. That was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just certain movies that I don't think they can even now today reproduce, like remake, and be the same caliber that they were. I mean, that's how
One of my favorite directors is John Carpenter, and he made Halloween, They Live, The Thing, Escape from New York. I mean, these are movies I love. The reason that they're so good is because he did them all on a budget. I mean, and doing things on a budget, you're forced to be even more. You're forced to be more creative
and more realistic.
And I think that's one of the reasons. Ghostbusters, the first Ghostbusters. I mean, those guys are Saturday Night Live alumni. They hadn't hit it big yet. I think Ghostbusters is kind of what did it for them.
Yeah.
And it was a gamble, but they were, they had really good special effects. But I mean, how much special effects? It wasn't like crazy, ridiculous CGI or anything. And I think that one of my point is if you give somebody like Ryan Johnson or somebody all this ability, and you can almost have too much
put into
room.
one movie.
Yeah. You can have too much room. When you are given the ability to do anything you want with CGI and get almost unlimited money, what kind of product are you going to have? I mean, you got to have this very special person that can do that. And a lot of times, and by the thing that I do, having a size limitation is actually a good thing. It's actually having limits will bring some creativity out. So anyway, I don't know. Fingers crossed. Nowadays, when I hear about something like this, I don't get excited right away.
Unless I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, are you excited?
I think if they put the right amount of, if Dan Aykroyd goes and says, hey, we're going to do it this way, and it's going to be kind of like the original, but it's not going to be the original, then I can get behind that.
Yeah.
If you're just going to say, hey, we're just going to reamp it, and we're going to bring in new young actors, and we're going to do this, and then basically cut and paste the storyline, I won't be interested.
I just think if they would make us Ghostbusters Academy movies, they could still have the original actors in there as instructors.
As old timers.
They screw up all the time. They're the instructors, They could even, maybe come up with a reason why Egon and Venkman aren't there, But they could be instructors, and Aykroyd could still be in it. I just wish they would, go in that direction. I mean, it's almost like the old guard. What Star Wars was supposed to do was the newest trilogy. Kind of hand it off. But I think they screwed it up. But you hand it off to a new set like Star Trek.
You mean with like the Kirk and Picard?
Well, you had the Next Generation.
Carry off.
You had the classic Star Trek, and then they had the movies, and then they had Star Trek: The Next Generation on TV, where Star Trek's supposed to be, but they had cameos of Leonard Nimoy. Leonard Nimoy was in it later on in the series.
William Shatner.
Shatner never was in it.
He wasn't ever in it?
No.
What about that episode? What about the thing where he goes back in time and then...
Oh, that was one of the movies.
That was the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See,
which was
Star Trek,
yeah,
Star
I'm a
Wars.
Star Trek guy. But what I'm saying is, DeForest Kelley was in the first episode as a very old man, and then you had Scotty, James Doohan was in it. You had several of them made cameos, and they kind of handed it off.
But they weren't like the main driving factor.
It wasn't a reboot. It was they jumped forward in time, and it worked. Next Generation is my favorite Star Trek right now. So,
yeah.
Well, fingers crossed.
That's all I can do anymore.
Well, is there anything else you wanted to say on that?
No. That's all we have, at least for Ghostbusters for now. I mean, hopefully things will start coming. Anytime I hear news like this, I start getting things are going to start coming down the grapevine, so to speak. Because that's, of course, how everything is with social media nowadays. They hear, Ghostbusters reboot or new Ghostbuster movies coming out.
You never know what could happen, though, because I don't know who owns Ghostbusters, but, Disney just bought Fox. I mean, who knows what could happen nowadays. Disney's going to take over the world, which I don't know if that's a bad thing.
More power to them.
I mean, it's probably just going to be a thing,
Yeah.
Well, you want to end this one and go to the next one?
So check out our next video, and then we'll keep you guys updated on any new developments in the story as it kind of progresses in.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. We'll see you next time.